Hello and welcome to Dead Notes, a horror and cult film podcast. I'm Kevin, and with me is one of the critters it takes to make Farmer Vincent fritters.
Hello, I'm Alan, and we're watching Motel Hello. Oh, my bad.
No.
It's Motel Hell. You
Because
wouldn't know
the
that.
neon busted.
You wouldn't know that from the clever sign at the beginning of the movie. Because
I think it's
Motel
a genius opening. I love the fact that it like blows out. It's like Motel Hello, and then it's just like Motel Hell. I think it's awesome. It's fucking beautiful.
No. Look, when we decided to do Motel Hell, I was on board 100% because I mean, I can't honestly remember the last time I saw this movie, but I had fond memories of it too.
Right.
But it did not hold up for me. Because first of all, the beginning of the movie looks fucking terrible. Like the cinematography,
that's all bad in through this whole fucking movie.
I don't think so. I think like the beginning is especially bad, where you get the score is just I can't even explain it. It's just like, are we in a fucking elevator?
Dude,
And
it's a weird score for sure. Like it's definitely weird.
But the sign, with somebody in the writer's room. Well, they didn't have a writer's room. Like I said, this was written by a 15-year-old.
He was like, written by somebody very creative.
You know what would be super clever? Motel Hello.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was 100% on board when we decided to watch this one, and until I rewatched it, I was like, oh God. It's like it might be the contrast of us just watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 going straight to this. Maybe if we had a cushion in between those movies, I might have had a different opinion on this. But
yeah, that's probably possible. But I still love this movie. Like, I don't know, man. You're talking about
the
sign. You fool. You're talking about like the sign in the beginning. I love the fact that like the O is like blown out on this old neon sign and showing the title of the movie, and like the entire sign later is shown to be slowly short circuiting, that entire time. So you're still getting that, feel of it. Like the title's running through the entire movie when you see that sign. I think that's genius. These little quirks.
Yeah. I looked through the cast of this movie because nobody really sticks out to me except Ballbricker.
Absolutely.
Nancy Parsons. That's if look, here's what I want.
Nancy Parsons is awesome in this. Absolutely.
Yes. She is my favorite part of this movie. But here's what I want. I want a Motel Hell remake done by everybody's favorite director to take a shit on, Rob Zombie. Because you know what? If Rob Zombie remakes this, guess who's playing Farmer Vincent? Bill Moseley.
That's right.
Who better to play Farmer Vincent?
I think Rob Zombie would do excellent with this movie because it's not too deep,
He would turn this, because if he
it would be fun, man.
It would be fucking amazing, because if he took out the comedy and just made this the original, because it says that the original screenplay was a lot darker and it had bestiality and a lot more violence. Rob Zombie, if he took that approach and put Bill Moseley in it and make Ida Ballbricker's character, make her put Sherry Moon in it. Sherry Moon is fucking
do you think that he would make her like do the whole fucking you're gonna fatten up this next fucking year because I'm gonna make you fucking Ida. You know, I'm gonna turn you into like
Well,
her character. Do you think that like she would do that? I think she should try it.
well, they never address Ida's obvious weight problem.
No, no, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying, like, I'm not shaming or anything. I'm just saying to fit that character, you can't be the skinny fucking blonde with like overalls and just going, ha 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 ha, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
You need to fit the whole role, and
wait a
Ida
minute.
fits that role.
Wait
Nancy
just a
Parsons
damn
fits that
minute.
role.
You wait just a damn minute. Are you besmirching Sherry Moon?
I think
Look, I know people hate Rob Zombie because he puts her in every movie.
I get
But
it, man. I totally get why he does it. You know, I think that he needs to look more towards roles that are fit for her.
she
You know what I
was
mean?
awesome in House of a Thousand Corpses.
Absolutely. That's her character, man. That and Devil's Rejects, fucking phenomenal.
Right. Well, I'll tell you also, the reason I said Ballbricker is because Nancy Parsons played Ballbricker in
Yeah.
Porky's.
Porky's,
And
yeah,
that's
her iconic role.
And that's where Kevin and I know her from. So whenever I say, I'm probably going to forget her character's name, Ida, quite a bit. So if I say Ballbricker, I mean
That's
Ida.
pretty much what we're doing. Yeah, well,
Yep.
it'll be Ida. It'll be Ida Ballbricker.
It'll be
From here on out.
Ballbricker for me. I'm not going to remember Ida.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there.
Now, okay.
So moving forward, like we open up the movie, right?
Right.
And with the most affectionate song, you know, to start this film, which I think is pretty fun because it's just
It's oppressive. It's
yeah,
like
it is very oppressive. It's weird, but it sets
the
the mood.
whole.
We got Farmer Vincent coming outside on his porch. It's a beautiful night, and
Is it?
yeah, he's just coming out, hanging out. You know, he's time to go to work. You know,
Well, he got his shotgun.
yeah,
So
and he's heading out
here,
for the evening.
let me ask you this: is Farmer Vincent a psychic? How did he know that the motorcycle was coming?
Well, I think that like where their property is probably sits on a heavily commuted road, so he just knows. He sees it in the moon.
He's got a Ring camera.
Yeah, yeah,
He's like, "Hey guys, I'm the first to have this."
yeah.
Here's the thing: Kevin likes this movie, and I did too.
I'm gonna stick up for it.
I don't think I do anymore. So we're gonna disagree on a lot of shit.
This is gonna be a fun one. Yeah, it's gonna be silly as fuck.
And well, it's good that because the first 3 movies we watched, like we both loved dearly.
Yeah.
And we pretty much blew Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you know.
Yeah, pretty much. It bricked in our mouth pretty hard.
Yeah, but Motel Hell, Kevin likes, Alan doesn't. so we'll be not too much, I suppose. I mean, there's not gonna
no
be
more than normal.
Yeah. But anyway, look, when the motorcycle's coming down the street, right? I was like, why isn't Terry why isn't she sitting in the sidecar, right? Because if you're going to a motel, it's implied that you must be on a long trip. So why would you be riding on the back and not in the sidecar?
Maybe they live around town, you know, even though she says that she's not. She don't listen. She don't know where the fuck she's at through this whole fucking movie. She is so fucking dizzy. Like
she is infuriatingly stupid. Yeah. I'll tell you, I know why she wasn't in the sidecar.
Because she's fucking stupid.
Why?
Because she's fucking stupid.
Here's the reason. Because when they crash the motorcycle, they're going about 5 miles an hour, and the sidecar had to hit the tree, so she couldn't be sitting in it. So because she falls very casually off the back of it,
Well, maybe she got listen. Maybe she got cold, and she was like, "Look, we got to pull over. I'm gonna hop on and hold on to
she
you."
she
It
she
was like,
passed
"Look, wait, yeah,
she passed out because it was
yeah,
too cold.
yeah." It was just too cold.
Whew.
So she was like, "I gotta get on your back," like I don't
And
know.
Bo, the driver,
Yeah,
he fucking died apparently. Well, he didn't
he
die,
didn't die.
but Jesus Christ, they fell in soft grass. They were both like out like a light.
Well, that grass cut the fuck out of him because his head was bleeding. It
It,
must be some
I
really good Kentucky bluegrass.
look, I love B movies. I understand. You have to do things like
Have
this.
you
It
ever been
just
cut by grass? Have you ever had
no,
that happen?
no.
It sucks. It's like a paper cut. I'm talking about like that fucking like thick grass. That's
I've
like it
I
like
have I have been unconscious twice in my life laying in grass. That's a story for
and
another time.
it took care of
Some
you.
well, here's something even Kevin doesn't know. At one point in my life, a young girl tried to murder me. Well, I had a female friend when I was really young, and we were hanging out in her backyard, and she had these steps, 3 steps, because there was a small hill in the yard, and I was sitting on them. They had a wrought iron like handrail, and I was sitting on it, holding on to it, and she pushed me, and I fell backwards and hit the back of my head and was out cold. She ran away because she thought she killed me, and the police and everyone were looking for me. And when I woke up, I ran home and my hair was so matted with blood that it was like I had a helmet on. And I had to go to
Holy
school.
shit, dude.
And I had to go to school for like the next month with this condom on my head.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I went to the doctor and they sewed my head closed and well, anyway, I'll tell you more about it
Yeah, dude,
another
that's
time when I see you.
like why the fuck is everybody trying to kill you?
Well,
You're not
but
safe.
she wasn't trying to kill me,
Yeah,
but
I
she
know.
thought she thought she killed me. But yeah, I had to go to the doctor and they shaved around where the wound was,
Right.
and I had like a horseshoe like bald spot. So I had to
You
wear
look
this
like Carl from Aqua Teen.
so I had to wear this condom thing on my head, and I was still going to school, so I went to school with a toboggan on.
We should have
But
just kept it.
anyway,
We should have just kept this on the podcast, dude.
well, we'll see.
That's a pretty good fucking story.
I might edit it in. We'll see.
I think you should. I think that was a very fun story. I think it was a very good I think it was a very good sidebar.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been attempts on my life. So anyway, introduction to Ballbricker.
Right.
Ida,
She's
the
fucking cooking up.
sexiest, most beautiful,
Remember,
lustful woman.
hey, remember in Porky's where she like goes and like fucking she's when they're
Look,
sticking their shit through the holes in the girls' shower room and she goes up, she's like
I encourage anyone who hasn't seen Porky's to watch Porky's. Now, I'll admit I
do
haven't
not be
watched it.
sensitive when you watch that movie. Just
Yeah.
watch the fucking movie and
Yeah,
enjoy
you
it. It's
fucking
stupid as fuck. It's great.
It is not okay to stick your dick through a hole in a women's shower.
Yep.
But if you do, Ballbricker will grab a hold of it and try to rip it off of your body.
That's what kept me from putting my shit into any weird holes, actually, 'cause when I saw that movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess you shouldn't do that anyway, but
Well, yeah, the only weird ones. Yeah, I don't know if I should say this. The only weird holes I've stuck mine in have stole all my hoodies.
Dude, you ain't fucking lying either. You're not fucking lying.
I almost sent you a picture of this.
That's good. This is fucking good, dude. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, goth girls stealing hoodies is definitely a thing.
You're probably going to be hearing this come up quite a bit because we're still bitter about it.
I think it's going to be reoccurring.
It's going to be it's going to be a fucking, yeah, dude.
So the couple, the family that shows up, the couple.
Oh my
with the
God.
kids.
Yes. And they're taking the tour.
Look, he gives them the souvenir sampler box.
Yep.
Right? You remember how much it cost?
It was like what, $2 something? I can't remember. Fucking
this $2.95.
Yeah, $2. Yeah, for all that meat.
To put this in perspective, watch the fucking movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it and look at what he's giving them for $2.95. It would cost $60 minimum today. And that is crazy.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's crazy.
But he explains that later on, like why he can keep his prices so low, and that's fucking low.
That is super low. I was like, I'd buy the whole fucking bunch of them.
I'd be like, give me this whole fucking lot of it. I mean, we already talked about maybe we would eat human meat, when we're on Texas Chainsaw, we're Texas Chainsaw 2, we're talking about, maybe we would eat it. We would taste test it. So what's happening with us, Alan?
Speaking of
we're turning into
meat,
cannibals.
Well, I was thinking about that, and I was like, anyone that listens to this is going to go, well, these fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But
you
remember not too long ago, there was this post on Reddit that was going around about this guy that lost his foot to diabetes or something.
Oh yeah, and he actually he
made tacos.
Yeah, he had his buddy that was like a super gourmet cook, and it was like he cooked it all up and stuff, and they all ate a piece of him.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I want to clarify. I wouldn't try that. I'm not eating your fucking foot tacos.
I would have probably
ate
like a bite maybe.
No, but
I like tacos.
The chili. My argument with the chili cook-off in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was
I like
that
chili too.
It was the best chili, right?
Right. It's the top of the fucking...
It's not. There's a big difference between the best chili and foot tacos.
Yep.
So I'm not eating your goddamn foot tacos, but I'll eat your fucking delicious chili made of people.
Yeah. There's a difference.
Big difference.
Oh shit.
So the little kids with the balloons, they sneak into the smokehouse or the slaughterhouse, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yes, they do.
Ballbricker scares them out.
Yeah, she sees them wandering off, and she just kind of follows them out there and all that stuff. And how does she scare them? What's the best way to scare a kid out of your fucking butcher area?
Wear the head of a pig corpse. I want to know how they're getting their fucking heads in there.
Now, leading off of that, what's the best way to calm them down once they're trapped inside of a car? You look in the window and you scream really fucking loud and look like a fucking monster.
I thought about this, and I'm not a tough guy.
It doesn't work, by the way.
Look, I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a fighter. But if Vincent, I don't have kids either. Kevin does. But I'm okay. So if my 2 little girls ran out of that smokehouse into the car and Vincent scared them the way he did, I'd fuck him up.
Oh, absolutely.
I would have bounced his fucking head off of that window. Look.
I probably would have beat the shit out of him with my fucking sampler.
Right. Those are my kids. What are you doing?
Even more than that, before this happens, the motherfucker puts a crooked ass bumper sticker on their car.
Oh, yeah.
You don't fucking touch my shit. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to sit here and put your fucking bumper. I will take your bumper sticker and I will put it where I want to put it. You're not going to especially crooked. Like he couldn't even line it up. This man cuts meat. He's got to be on it, right? He knows the
Yeah.
anatomy of a human. You know, why can't you put
Well,
a bumper sticker on fucking straight?
also, if like I've for most of my life I live a life like Pee Wee Herman. I've been
You kind of
wearing
do,
the
yeah.
same I've been wearing the same shirt for 30 years. I like Dickies black work shirts.
Yeah,
But
you've
the
always
first
rocked those, man. Like as
but
long as I fucking known you,
yeah. But the first thing I do when I buy them is I cut the logo off because I'm not advertising for anybody.
you're here for
And
yourself.
if Vincent put his fucking sticker on my car, I'd kick his fucking ass.
With your sampler, you start beating him
I'm
with those
not
fucking sausages.
beat him with his jerky
Yeah,
sticks. He'd have one sticking out of his ass. I'm not your free advertisement
I'll put
unless
that
you're
sticker where I want to put it.
right.
Weirdly enough, the family is completely happy with all the decisions Mr. Vincent has made, Farmer Vincent. And they get in their car and they're all happy and they drive off with their crooked ass bumper sticker on their Mercury station wagon.
Did here's a pet peeve of mine. Did you notice when he put the bumper sticker on? Have you ever watched a movie where they put duct tape on somebody's face
Yes, they just
and
slap it on.
you can tell that it's not real? It's like Hollywood duct tape, like it barely sticks to
It's
him
basically like how Tom Atkins
right, yeah.
duct tape
Same
was
thing.
in Night of the Creeps.
Yeah, but the bumper sticker looks like it's got, like, the same adhesive on it, and I
Right.
know that's such a fucking micro nitpick, but I hate when I don't know why it sticks out to me so much, but it does.
You're so
I'm like, "That's
specific on
not a
your
real fucking
decals.
bumper sticker."
You get that from Timu?
I'd slap him in the lips. "Get that fucking thing off my
Slap
car."
you slap him in the lips.
Right in the
I'd
goddamn
slap him right in the
cocksucker.
lips. Holy shit. All right,
And
so
go ahead.
I know. We come up on Farmer Vincent, he's going to his secret garden. He's driving his tractor up to it,
That
We don't
sounds like a nice, like, laid back kinda band that,
Yeah, secret garden. Yeah. And
man,
to make it even
it's like,
better, he's got like a fucking 8-track player in that motherfucker. So there's some
oh,
good ass shit in there. So who the fuck shows up?
Doofy.
Speeding in. Doofy.
Officer Doofy.
Officer Doofy.
Bruce.
Fucking
Here's
Bruce.
another one.
Oh my
Here's
god.
another one. I'm gonna refer to him. Kevin will probably call him Bruce. I'm calling him Doofy. This fucking dipshit.
If you look in the reflection of his glasses, especially in his
Yep.
first incoming scene, and it's fucking stupid, you really have to get in there and like look at it. But you could see the crew in front of him. Like
You
you
could
can see their feet.
almost
Yeah.
I noticed that right away because, I could see their souls leaving their bodies
Like,
because they realized what pile of shit they were making.
it's either that or they were jerking off
I
because
saw
they knew
the
they were making a
pure
fucking Academy Award winner.
yeah. I could see every time he has the mirror glasses on, you can see like 10 fucking people standing there like, Jesus Christ,
They're
what
in
did I get
there.
myself
They're
into?
so proud of them. Listen, they're so proud of themselves. They're jerking each other off.
Oh my God.
They're so proud of each other.
And it's funny. It's like, who the fuck does that? I'm not a director. I'm not a cinematographer. I'm not anything. But I would go, you know what, guys? Maybe we shouldn't have the giant mirrored sunglasses.
Yeah. Maybe he shouldn't
Or
be looking
maybe
at
we
us.
should shoot it at an angle to where they don't see us directly in the reflection.
Maybe we use one single camera and like because that's all we need for this scene.
Kevin Connor, the director, he's like, yeah, well, I got this the same day I got my Easy Bake Oven. I learned how to direct.
He was also like, you know what? No one's gonna see this shit because I'm only making this movie for a limited audience anyway. No one's gonna pick out the fact that when they get HD quality fucking film, that they're gonna see everybody
Oh
jerking
yeah,
each
I
other
didn't even
off for
think
how
of
good
that.
of a job that they've done.
Good call, because I didn't think of that. Like,
Yeah.
you couldn't have. Look, when I first got 1080, I was like, Jesus Christ, it looks like they're in the room with me.
Yeah.
It was such a big leap
Yeah.
from CRT televisions.
Yeah. I didn't like it at first, honestly.
I don't like the high frame rate, like the
Where it
way
makes
they
it seem like everything's a soap opera.
Right.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
The way they did the
You gotta dumb it down
Hobbit
for me.
movies.
That shit drives me nuts, man.
Yeah, I went to the theater when I think The Hobbit was the only movie that they did. I think it was at 32 frames a second.
Hobbit was exactly like that. When I went and saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be awesome," and I was like, "I don't know."
I watched it twice because I went back and had to see it the normal way.
Yeah.
Because the high frame rate, it makes
It's
it
too
look like a
much.
play.
No offense to BBC, but it makes it seem like BBC.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it does,
I don't know.
really.
It's like just
Doctor
the flow.
Who.
Yeah, like the flow of it, like young ones and shit, all that. I love my British comedy, but I'm obviously selective.
Yeah, the IT. What is that? The IT crowd? Is that what it is? I don't know. That show is pretty good.
Young Ones is my all-time favorite.
Anyway,
and Monty Python, obviously.
We are so far off.
Yeah, we went way off. Okay, so we were talking about fucking Sheriff Doofy showing up.
Right. Doofy.
Yep.
And then Terry wakes up and realizes she's a fucking moron.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God.
I'm so confused. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
It blows my mind. Like, I fucking love this movie, right? But it blows my mind that they wrote in her character, since she's like a main point, to be like, where's my boyfriend? Oh, he died. Oh, well, where's the body? As Doofy asked,
buried it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, well, we buried it. And she's like, what? And he's like, that's just common here. Like, they just do that here. I'm sorry, dude. Like, if I woke the fuck up in this place, or shit, man, if me and my wife were cruising out somewhere, and I was like,
yeah,
because she would probably be driving the motorcycle and I'd be the one holding on the back, or whatever, because I can't drive motorcycles. And I was the one in her position. I'd be like, where the fuck's my wife? And be like, oh, we buried it. Like, you what? What the fuck is this? And like, this is okay, Sheriff? Like, how is any of this okay?
So you'd be doing what they call riding bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I can't fucking drive a motorcycle.
Well,
I ain't gonna touch it. Like, it's okay. I do other stupid shit, so it's all right.
When I was young, I lived on a farm for a long time, and we didn't have pigs, but we had cows and chickens and all this. So I'm curious because Vincent has pigs, and when the health inspector shows up,
yep,
Vincent is feeding the pigs, like kind of throwing feed out to him, going,
chewy, 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 chewy.
Sweet, sweet.
It's like he's feeding chickens.
Yeah,
that's not how you feed pigs. Pigs eat from a trough.
Yeah.
Minor nitpick. Stupid.
Ignore. Well, maybe he knew.
Forget I said that.
Well, maybe his trail cams picked up the fact that the health inspector was on his way, so he ran out there real quick to go ahead and act like
cameras.
Yeah, with his Ring cameras, and
his
he knew.
They were like, "There is the health inspector at your."
He's
front
got so
door.
many. He's got one on his his pig pen. He's got one right there.
Look,
it dings off for him.
Here's my problem with this movie. like I said, I think this would be. It was meant to be a parody of Texas Chainsaw Massacre anyway. It's like a light take on it.
I mean, how
But
light can you get with that though? I mean, the whole theory is the fucking same. They went deeper with
yeah, but they went pretty light on this, I think.
They did, but they try to incorporate this whole love fucking story.
Yeah, right.
Which is
And
fucking weird.
and again, I've referenced it before, but it's like the Frasier syndrome where I think when you're an actor, handsome guys don't tend to join like acting classes. It's usually the dorks and which
The ones that
I
are in it from the inside. Yeah.
Right. But typically women who are in those kind of classes are usually good looking, pretty girls.
Yeah.
I anyway, that's my theory on why you tend to get like in the show Frasier, like this ugly old man that gets all these beautiful girls that are like super attracted to him, right?
You
That's
Frasier,
why
and I think that is like the weirdest shit.
that's why I reference it though.
I
Yes,
know.
I love
do.
that show. And I'm a poor guy. I'm not rich. Yeah. Maybe it's projection, like I just want to be I just want to be Frasier.
Yeah.
But
You're
he
getting there.
always gets like
You're
but he
almost
always get yeah. Yeah. But he always gets like the best looking women and they're
Yeah.
young and like in any circumstance they would not be attracted to him. That's what I think is going on here too.
Yeah.
Where Vincent, they thought they got the best actor for the role, but for me, every time I hear him talk, every time he has a scene where it's just him talking, it sounds like a Pepperidge Farms commercial or something.
It does, but
like,
that lines up with the theme of the movie.
Or Little House on the Prairie.
Right, but I mean, it's kind of lining up for all that stuff too. I mean, it's his face that's selling all the shit, right? So he's a salesman.
I get it.
He's all about the business, I mean, I think that honestly, like I can't, and maybe it's just because like I've always held this movie as like one of my many comfort films or whatever, but I don't think that like I could really see anybody else playing the role of Farmer Vincent. As weird as that sounds,
I could see anybody else playing the role.
No, I don't know, man. His like his this is a movie that he definitely wasn't schooled in, this style of movie, this horror movie, and I love when actors take on roles that aren't meant for them in a lot of ways. Like, I mean, it depends. Obviously, some of them are a wash, but a majority, like, they knock it out of the fucking park, dude. Like, for real.
The problem is he becomes like almost irresistible to Terry.
Let's talk about Terry for a second. Okay, listen. She's
a beautiful moron.
She fucking woke up. Her boyfriend is dead. Her ride or die is now dead, and she's
dead
in with these two.
He's not dead. No, he's not dead.
Well, to her, he's dead, right?
Yeah, she thinks he's dead.
As far as what she knows, he's buried in some random cemetery.
He's been planted.
Yeah, he's technically he's not. Farmer Vincent isn't lying. That's some player shit right there.
Yeah, he did bury her.
He didn't technically lie to her, so he's playing. He's got them cards in his pocket, right? So she don't know what the fuck's going on, and the fact that she just immediately like conforms to their way of life. I mean, who fucking, the last thing I want you to ever tell me, like when my wife is like dead or something in this circumstance, is you're not alone. Really? I really am alone. And he's like, you got yourself.
You may have a
None of us are ever really alone. You do have someone.
What do you mean?
Well, you have yourself.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit, old man. Like, myself? Fuck you. I don't want myself, you son of a bitch.
Now,
but she eats it up, dude. She fucking eats it up.
Yes.
And, you know, he's like, well, you know, they're like, we can take her and put her in housing in the city, right? And he's like, oh, we need help around here. So let's keep her here. Let's traffic her here.
Well, they weren't trafficking her, but
he was to himself.
I'd be a liar if I said I wouldn't like to know her in real life.
He got a little spark in his jammies. Oh, that'll lead me to a story real quick.
Go ahead.
Me and my wife went to this convention we go to, or we've gone to numerous times. It was like my first one. I've talked about it prior, but it's Cinema Wasteland. This was Linnea Quigley was there. That was one of the big names. And the guy that did the original recording of people that are recently dead or coming back to life from Night of the Living Dead, the radio broadcaster, he was there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was there, and he actually worked at a radio station, and we went, no one was coming to see this fucking guy, and I was like, dude, this guy's like, yeah, and everybody's like kind of walking by him, and he's super old, man. He was like, I don't know, probably pushing 80s, you know. You know, that quote is legendary, right? So we sat and talked to him and stuff. We're like, dude, we gotta get our picture with you. I'm a glossy whore, so I was like, I'm gonna get your glossy and please write on it and all that. He also played one of the zombies in the original Night of the Living Dead, or the ghouls as they called them. That's the glossy I got of him as a ghoul or whatever. And
I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. So we were hanging out. We were actually like bullshitting with this dude, you know, and he was just so open to talk. And he was telling us like all kinds of good stuff about, yeah, he worked at a radio station, and, you know, it because of how close knit everybody was doing, you know, everybody was in that movie. It was, my wife wanted to get her picture with him, and when she put her hand on his leg to get her picture, you know, they're just sitting next to each other. She had his shit started like pulsating or jumping or whatever, and
vibrating.
Yeah, vibrating. And so, you know, it was kind of like the same thing like with Farmer Vincent and her, you know, like in a way I guess I can compare it. I don't know. I'm just trying to Terry raised an old spark of Farmer Vincent's love life.
I get that, but I don't get why Terry likes Farmer Vincent, and I don't think she necessarily does at this point. But
I think she had more than a concussion. I think that like she had like brain swelling to where it induced some kind of amnesia, to where you could just tell her whatever you wanted to tell her, and she was just going to follow suit.
Well, you know, the other thing that, you know, this scene the scene with the no one is ever going to be alone because you have yourself, that scene,
that fucking shit.
In the background there's an evangelist, and it just hurts my head.
Do you want to introduce this legend?
No, it's not Wolfman Jack yet.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're right.
This is a different guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the legend Wolfman Jack, you know, I don't know a whole lot about him, but when Kevin and I were children, we obviously heard of him and heard him, but I can't say I'm a fan.
Yeah, it's just he was a character in our past.
But, you know, the health inspector, anyway, that shows up for, how the fuck did he notice the secret garden? I saw that they show that he looks out there, but what would compel him to come back at night to investigate?
Well, he was hearing those weird sounds that we hear throughout the movie.
Oh, did he hear him?
Yeah, that's
I
because
didn't
they keep
notice that.
playing when you get close to that secret garden. It's such a weird ass fucking sound too. It's basically everybody that's in the garden, like, you know, cowling and stuff like that, but their voice
That
boxes have been cut in
nasty
half. Yeah,
gurgling.
that nasty, like, but it's faint in the movie, but it
Okay.
gains his attention, and he's like, "Man, this is weird," you know, like, or whatever. And obviously, Farmer Vincent is very aware of his presence because of the Ring cameras. So,
Right, yeah, the Ring cameras.
yeah,
Farmer Vincent's like, "There's somebody on my property."
yeah. He's
Yeah, the health inspector goes to investigate the secret garden and ends up being the newest addition,
yeah, exactly.
right?
Well, he doesn't at first. He's just like, man, this is a weird structure, and he's hearing the or whatever that fucking shit is. That's pretty much
That
what it is.
is my favorite part of this movie.
Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
I'm shitting on this movie, and I do not necessarily like this movie, but that aspect, the sounds that the what I'm gonna call plants,
Yeah,
you know, Jesus Christ, I've got a pretty strong stomach. I could probably eat watching you know, human centipede too. I could probably eat pasta watching that. But I don't know that that movie's so overhyped, but whatever. It's worth a watch,
I think
I
the second
suppose.
one's the best one.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, well, I we're not talking about human centipede, but real quick,
It's the Blair
I'll
Witch
say
2. It's basically doing like a Blair Witch 2, if you remember. But
yeah,
we won't get into that.
oh, ooh,
Oh.
you're trying. You're taking. I saw Blair Witch, the first one, at the fucking Lennox. You remember the Lennox?
I remember
You know
the
the
Lennox.
Lennox?
I got beat
Well,
up the first time I saw Blair Witch in the theater and outside the theater.
that movie pissed me off because this was kind of before the internet. So we were all like, this is some real shit, you know,
Yeah.
fucking.
Oh,
And
they had us
that movie fucking sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Forget about Blair
Me
Witch.
getting beat up in the theater was a lot more exciting than like the movie turned out to be.
Yeah, I probably would have preferred to get beat up instead of finishing
But
that
honestly,
piece of shit.
at the time I was like, man, this is really cool because we're not going to fucking do this shit. We're not going to do this shit. All right, let's go back.
Yeah, we're getting way off topic, but it's just facts.
Yeah.
Blair Witch fucking sucks. Part 2 sucks too, but
You need part
whatever.
part 1 for part 2 though. So that's how that happens. So
yeah, people scared because a guy's standing in the corner.
that is kind of weird
Shut
though.
up.
I don't know, man. I've been on acid and somebody did that and it freaked me out. So I don't know. I get chills from it.
Yeah, but I'm I don't take acid, so I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, I don't anymore. Back in my younger days. But yeah.
Anyway, the health inspector, you know, he gets added to the plants, and then we get
Well,
to,
we don't know that yet. Like it's just he comes
right
back at night.
Well, he gets Farmer Vincent knocks him out, so
because of his Ring camera. He sees him come in at
Yeah.
night, and he fucking lays him out, and we don't know anything from there. We pretty much know what's going to happen to him, though. I mean,
and this is something like when that scene happened. That's another thing that bothered me about Farmer Vincent was how nice his teeth looked. I was like, come on,
he's eating
farmer.
He's eating all that clean meat.
No farmer in the 80s had teeth that nice. It looks like he has veneers. You know, he's just got like perfect white perfectly in line. Hollywood movie star
Well,
teeth.
if you remember back, we want to go back a little bit when he was shaking the parents' hands and everything after he scared the shit out of their children and put a crooked bumper sticker on their car. After he got done like shaking their hands and telling them bye and everything, he like sprayed his hands off with like a cleaner, like a Lysol, to wipe his hands off. So maybe he is that clean. Maybe he is that. He's that
I was
like
wondering.
precise about that, you know.
I was wondering what that shit was that they were spraying on their hands.
Probably fucking Lysol. I don't know. I don't
I
think hand
assume it's
sanitizer came out.
alcohol.
Yeah.
I assume it's alcohol or something, but Farmer Vincent, that alcohol isn't going to do shit if you don't wash your hands first.
Yeah, but all those diseases that you can get now didn't exist then.
Look.
Yes, it did.
And don't think that whatever you stick your hand in, some kind of magical alcohol that you spray on your fingers is gonna purify your hands. I don't know.
Back then it did.
I do like that though, that he carries around the sanitizer.
Yeah,
because
they're all because it's everybody's swine. That's the beauty of this movie. Everybody's swine.
He's sanitizing his hands because he's touching piggies.
Yeah, he's touching people and all that shit. So yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Humans are nothing but game to him, right?
You know what cannibals call humans?
Lunch.
Long pigs.
Long pig. I don't like that.
Look it up, man.
I'm sure that's correct. I don't like that. After the health inspector gets his head bonked, you know, we pretty much know what's going to be happening to him. You know, Farmer Vincent found him. We're introduced.
I like to imagine that it's like a cartoon, and when he hit him in the face, the shape of the shovel.
Yeah, he's got a head for it. Yeah. And it's got to make that like crazy like crash cymbal bonk noise.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
We're introduced to the one, the only Ivan in the Terribles. Like this fucking scene. So we're going up, you know, this van's driving. We get a shot of like the front of the van, and it's this beastly guy with a beard. Very dramatic eyes.
The fakest beard I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
I could have glued that fucking thing. A Spirit of Halloween beard.
It was no. It was CVS beard, dude. All day. Like all day CVS. So yeah, and we open with him going and then like we go into the song. And we have a shot of everybody in the van. And who is playing fucking drums?
Cliff Clavin.
So this
fucking cheers.
Yeah, so this leads me to believe that this was his life prior to joining the United States Post Office. Like he was Ivan the Terribles was his band. He was trying to live out his dream. He was in his 20s, even though he looked exactly the same as he did when he was in Cheers. I think he came out of the womb that way. He was in his 20s? He was young, but probably 30s.
Holy shit.
But he looks exactly...
He looks old.
He came out of the womb that way. He's just held that. I mean, he looked the same in... Oh, shit. Fucking House 2, he looked the same.
Like, when I watched this, because you had to tell me it was Cliff, because I said it looked like him. I didn't know it was him. And the reason I didn't think it was him was because of how fucked up his teeth were. Yeah. And I was like, no way a star, a legitimate star would have teeth like that. But sure enough.
Oh, dude.
Cliff.
All day, man. all day, and he's playing drums and smoking weed. And yeah, they're just jamming out.
And there's an acoustic guitar. They're playing an acoustic guitar, and it's clearly not an acoustic guitar that's being heard.
He's like smashing on a book. Now, oh my god, dude. Okay, like this joint's getting passed around, and like back in the day, it's like motherfucker wants to put this motherfucker in backwards and do some weird shit, and that's exactly what happens. And it drove me nuts. Every time I see this movie, it drives me nuts. But then we're moving forward. We got Cliff just puffing this fucking J. They're singing their fucking anthem. I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough of you. I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough of you. And then Farmer Vincent is placing fucking bear traps on the road. He's getting creative.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's really fucking stupid. It's really
we agree
stupid.
on something.
Yeah, it's really fucking stupid. But
it's really
these
stupid.
sons of bitches come tearing ass around this corner, and it's kind of like that scene on what the fuck is it? Not Happy Gilmore. Billy Madison, where the Doyles are fucking driving the bus, and
Doyle's rule.
Yeah, and they fucking hit that banana peel on the road.
Yeah,
it's almost the exact same thing that happens.
That's one of the problems I have with this movie is this like almost passive way that he gets people to crash.
I know. Like, and then he goes and he fucking cranks nitrous into it, so puts them all down and everything. So I don't know. He's got a system worked out.
Yeah,
clearly, and he takes pride in it.
You know what? Through this movie, Ivan and the Terribles get the short end of the stick.
They do. They're just trying to go to their next set, man. Cliff's just trying to leave his dream. Like, honestly, like, the reason why, like, he probably went into postal service is because of this incident that happened in his life.
He's tired of this bullshit.
He's tired of this bullshit. He's not getting buried again. He's going to move forward. He's going to move forward. He's going to work for the country. He's going to do his part. He's going to do his due diligence.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can't make any money doing this bullshit.
Yeah. He just wants a place where everybody knows his name.
I wonder
That's
how
all he
popular.
Wants. What?
I wonder how popular Ivan and the Terribles were.
Clearly, they were good enough to have like their van all painted up, fucking sweet, and to be able to be touring during that time, especially being such an aggressive rock band as they were.
I'd like to hear one of their songs because look, Kevin and I like some shitty music.
Absolutely.
What people would consider shitty music.
Yes.
I think is fucking
I think
awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yes. But I bet you and I in the 80s, this was 1980, so I suppose it would be the 70s. We'd have fucking been fans of Ivan and the Terribles.
Oh, we would have raised them for sure, man. I mean, you see that fucking van pull up, you know what's about to happen.
Fuck yeah, shit's going down. Drugs are being taken.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. All fake beards aside, it's just gonna fucking.
That beard is the fakest shit. The funny thing is, that beard looks super fake now, but when I saw this when I was younger, it was on VHS. The braids that he has in his beard
are fucking
look like
sick.
They look like tendons.
I know.
On a shitty television, it looked better. on a higher res, they don't look so great.
Yep.
It just looks like a Saturday Night Live beard.
Absolutely. Genius.
And when they get them back to the quote unquote secret garden, you get the quote, that kind of defines this movie that everybody says when they refer to this movie, and it doesn't make sense to me.
What?
I don't get it.
It takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters.
Takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent fritters.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense to you? They look at everybody as critters. I know they're not fritters, but maybe then it was fritters.
See,
Is that what it makes sense?
you said what doesn't make sense to you, and
Yeah. Yeah, you're about right.
the fritters part.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, is it though? Because what is
They were like
what is a fritter?
the 15, like an apple fritter, like a pastry.
Okay, but I mean, you can't do that with meat. Can't make a meat fritter.
You probably can, but the 15-year-old that wrote this script was like, you know what? I got a rhyme.
Yeah, fritter sounds good, and it does. It sells it. It honestly sells it because you don't think about it unless you really want to sit down and think about it. It sells it. It takes all kinds of critters to make Farmer Vincent fritters. Yeah,
you're right, because I don't remember the last time I saw this movie, but I remembered that quote.
So Vincent gets rounds up all of Ivan and the Terribles, and we go to him and Ida heading to the secret garden to plant their new additions, and he's explaining to her how like he really and loves what he does, and it's almost becoming sort of an art form to him, and he takes a lot of pride in it. So they're going in, they're getting prepped up and everything. He told her there's a big surprise, and they go in, they're getting ready to unload Ivan and the Terribles into their garden, their secret garden. And whose hood does she pull off but none other than the inspector? And she was so happy about it. So they go through and they bury all Ivan and the Terribles. Everybody's going through, and we get to see what's making that god awful sound. And it's her going in and cutting their vocal cords in half. So we get this horrific sound afterwards.
That is the thing that stuck out to me. I'll tell you what, when we agreed to do Motel Hell, it had been so long since I've seen this movie that I could swear that there was a lawnmower scene involved.
Yeah.
I thought, when going into this, I thought that at the end they ran over their heads with a lawnmower. Or not a lawnmower,
it's just
but
because he backs up with the tractor, and that's how they pull them out, and they break their necks when they pull them out of the ground.
Which I'll talk about that when we get to it, because I do have an issue with that scene too, but the burying them in the dirt, what are they trying to do? Because
they're marinating. They're on a strict grass-fed diet.
Is it like a veal thing where they're trying to atrophy the muscles?
Mm-hmm.
So
and spice them up. They keep feeding them like a regiment. You notice later on they're feeding them like a regimented diet, and
with
that's what's seasoning funnels. Them. But I'm pretty sure it's just they found the secret because, obviously they mix that into their meat, and that's what adds that extra kick to it.
The extra kick. The
spice.
See, I just can't wrap my head around what the point of burying them is. Because well, I'll talk about it when we get to it, but at the end of the movie, I think it's pretty important.
Very important what Farmer Vincent says. That most definitely, that's going to be the biggest unleash on this whole thing. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. If you're listening to this and you haven't seen the movie, what the fuck are you doing? Spoiler.
Yeah. It's only been forever. So they bury Ivan and the Terribles, and then we cut right to this infamous picnic scene.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. This fucking scene.
The picnic scene is standard, except the conversation. Fucking Bruce starts, or Doofy, Bruce, whatever. Doofy starts talking about how their mom wanted to kill the fucking dog.
Well, let's go back a little bit. They had a dog that barked a lot. And she said she wanted Vincent to shush it. And he shushed it all right. And then what Ida say? He smoked that dog like a hog.
I'm pretty sure that eating a dog isn't the gateway drug to eating people.
Sure it is. If I was going to eat a fucking dog, I would eat a person before I ate a dog.
Yes, I agree with this.
So then, they're getting all saucy. They're getting...
Sorry.
No, this is great. So they're sipping on their beers and all that, and Ida's a little saucy, and she's like,
Ida's running off at the fucking mouth.
She's like, she's getting ready to spill the beans on Farmer Vincent's, the family secret, and
you don't tell possibly the dumbest person in the world your secrets.
Yeah, what are you fucking thinking, dude? You've been watching the situation unfold. So, what the fuck are you think? She's fucking dizzy. She's absolutely fucking dizzy. So why the fuck are you gonna tell her? Maybe
Terry.
she wants to tell her on purpose because she knows she ain't gonna remember it tomorrow. I think that Terry lives perpetually in Groundhog Day. That's why they've been able to have her do the things that she does. So, but anyway, Farmer Vincent is like, fuck that. And he goes and he fucking, what we think is he punches her in her gut. But where did he punch her? Where did he punch her, Alan?
I CSI'd this.
You did. You did some deep research.
This is not
this should be a whole other section of the podcast.
This is not the first. This is not the first scene either. I did the research for you people. Because, and you'll find out real soon what the second scene I did this with was. Okay, I played this in slow motion. He punches Ballbricker in the titty.
Want to know why Vincent's meat tastes so good?
Why?
What are you whispering?
She's telling me why the meat tastes so good.
It's because he mixes the pork with
And she, look, I don't like Farmer Vincent, but this is the funniest scene in the movie because she grabs her left side, right? This is terrible acting, first of all. Ballbricker, I love you, but wrong side.
Well, maybe they did many cuts of him punching her, and that was the one that hit to make her do the burp where she goes,
and right. And this is another part, this is why I know that I'm not a fighter, but I could kick the shit out of Farmer Vincent because he throws a punch like a little girl, but he still blasts her in the titty.
Remember when people used to frog you in the arm when they'd stick their knuckle out? That's how I punched her. That shit hurts, man. So if he was to lay one of those on me, if he was to lay one of those on you, that'd probably hurt.
Well, okay, guys, Kevin, everyone will relate to this. Have you ever been kicked in the balls and been surprised that it didn't hurt? And then another time somebody just grazed you and it felt like they stabbed you in the heart?
Yeah.
It hurt so bad. So I'm guessing that this was one of those times where he titty punched her and it just fucking
just
ripped her soul out so much that the entirety of her body felt the pain.
Mm-hmm. He hit that sweet spot.
he Fonzied that titty.
Yeah,
he
he
was
did.
like, bam, and her whole body fucking shook and in pain.
So, so after that fact, after the this most wonderful picnic, um, you know, Officer Doofy
At-
finds his opportunity to like try to get in him
Oh.
some. So he's out on a boat, and he's getting asked questions about like why he punched her, and obviously they're brother and sister, and they fight all the time. So
I like the boat ride
yeah,
because of the implication.
you're right, right. We see
Always Sunny in Philadelphia fans.
yes,
You understand.
yes, you will.
I'm gonna call back to this in a little bit. So Always Sunny in Philadelphia fans, remember this.
Yes. So like we see, we cut to like them going, and we're watching them feeding their garden of heads. And, they're almost ready to get pulled out, right? And that's what they're doing for their evening, They're
So do you think Vincent is fucking Ida?
no. No, there's no chemistry there. They're just proud of what they do. I think that's why he was so quick to rescue Terry, though.
That's why I want the Rob Zombie remake.
He's got that spark. He's got that spark happening to him.
That's why I want the Rob Zombie remake, because Bill Moseley and Sherry Moon.
You gotta balloon her up, man. You gotta balloon her
yes,
up, man.
Sir.
You gotta balloon.
Well,
yes,
it.
Oh my god.
Yep. If I was Farmer Vincent, look.
Well, we get this what's funny, and I think this is the only thing that like constitutes this film when anybody reviews it as being a black comedy, because I don't view it as that whatsoever. It's just a traditional horror movie. But the only point
I barely
of this
think
movie,
it's a horror movie.
huh?
I said
It's
the
just a
last
traditional-
half hour. The last half hour
It's
is
a lot of
horror
build.
movie.
But so
The rest of it's a Sesame Street episode.
well, fucking Doofy and Terry, it shows them they're driving. They're driving to this fucking.
I love that you're calling him Doofy now.
And they go to this fucking makeout spot, right? And there's all these cars there, and
Call back to Night of the Creeps.
right. And then also he uses his power as a officer of the law to clear that entire area out, so like no one's there, so they can have their own time there. So this is the only part of the movie I think that like it didn't even remotely turns into a comedy, because when he fucking starts flashing his sirens and shit, and everybody jumps out, and we get like the Benny Hill music damn near playing, and like there's the and like everybody's, it's almost like exactly like it is on My Bloody Valentine, when everybody's like, oh, we're off work in the beginning, and they all fucking, everybody's got like a Ford Maverick, and they're all tearing ass out of the parking lot. That is like
and they're hitting each other.
Yeah, and it's identical to this fucking scene. And you got the naked girl running around, the naked guy like, look, come on, let's go. You shouldn't have jumped out of the car.
There you did it.
I was in the middle of raping you. But
there you did it. You mentioned it.
Oh, the naked.
Remember, I said that the Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference was going to come back.
Yeah.
So here it is. This will only take me a minute. Okay. So the girl jumps out. This is 1980, and Kevin Connor, I salute you. High quality female full frontal nudity. You get an extra star from me for that. Boy, oh boy. Okay. But I'm also, I'm an advocate for women getting reciprocating scenes. So the man jumps out of the car.
Right.
I CSI'd this scene because I was like, this isn't fair. We get this girl, 1980.
You wanted to see some dick, and that's okay.
I wanted to
You want
see
some
a fucking
equality.
dong.
Yeah, you wanted some equality.
I wanted some equality,
Mhm.
okay? Because this girl jumps out of the car, and
And
boy,
she's
oh
very
boy,
cold.
not the guy jumps out. Skinny, looks like the Slender Man. I slowed this down just for you ladies because I'm taking the bullet for you. I wanted to see because I couldn't tell at normal speed if you could see his dick or not. So I slowed this down as slow as I could get it. This is where the Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference comes back because if anyone watches that, season 7, Fat Mac, D says that his dick looks like a button on a fur coat.
Yeah.
This fucking guy in this scene, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my god.
I'll say this. This fucking guy, he's got look, guys. That's 2024. This was 1980. He has an excuse. If you want a girl to take care of herself, you also have to take care of yourself, right? Mr. Equality here. Don't have a full-blown fucking bush where your dick looks like a button on a fur coat and expect your girl to look as good as this. Just saying.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. I slowed it down as slow as I could.
You're just trying to look for that dick.
I was. I was like, I want to see a dick.
Right.
But I'm 100% serious about this is like because I said with the well we haven't done Night of the Demons yet, but it does bother me, and I'll get to this soon because the swingers bothers me about this too, is guys that are a little shy, with Night of the Demons, Scuzz refused to pull his underwear down when he mooned the old man in the street,
Yeah.
That shit bothers me. When you got girls that are willing to go full frontal in the movie, I'm like, I would recast.
They're all fucking prissy bitches.
I wouldn't even give this fucking guy, And I have the same problem.
When we cover Night of the Demons, which is going to be phenomenal.
Right. Like I said, I'm going off on a tangent here, but it really does bother me. And there's a scene coming up in this that does the same thing because the swingers that are coming up really soon.
Yeah, we get coming into that, we got these two girls driving, and they're in this Cadillac.
Wait. You forgot how stupid Terry is.
Yeah.
Doofy tries to rape her.
That's right. We forgot all about that shit. Okay, so he completely they're watching a movie. They cleared out all
protagonist.
Yeah, he completely cleared out the whole scene after we went to the Benny Hill part, and they got access to the drive-in theater through binoculars on this make-out point, traditional, right?
Which is cool up to that point. It's cool.
And then, yeah, it is pretty cool. And then, he just fucking lunges on her, and he's just,
Well, he tries to make out with her, and she slaps him. And then he, fucking attacks her.
Typical cop. Jesus Christ.
I am not sensitive. It's a movie. It's also a horror movie. I'm just saying. My point of bringing this up is how fucking stupid she is.
Yeah.
Because when their date's over, she tells him she had a great time.
I know. After all that's done, she's like, "It was a great time." It's like
he tried to rape
I
her.
know.
Or he didn't
ACAB.
try to rape her, but he forced himself on her after she slapped him.
Yeah. Right. She should have been like, ACAB, go fuck yourself. You know, but instead she's like,
Right.
I had a great night. You know, that just shows you, I'm telling you, every morning she
Oh
wakes
my
up, it's a
God.
new day. So
She's so stupid.
she's so stupid.
I love her.
She's really fucking stupid.
Oh my God.
That's an ongoing theme through this whole movie. So okay. We get
Debbie
past
and
that. He
Susie.
drops her off. She had a great night because she likes to be raped. Right. And we go to a fucking scene and we get this Cadillac and it's these two girls. They're obviously like fast women, you know, and they're bragging about the ski season, you know, clearly.
You said fast women like you grew up in the 50s. That girl is fast.
He is fast.
Debbie and Susie.
Yeah, Debbie and Susie. So they're driving, you know, and they come up to well, we know Farmer Vincent has been taking a lot of pride in his traps. So
and this is the dumbest one yet.
He made the most amazing piece of art, and it's one of those pieces of art that you want to look at and just be like,
it's definitely
garbage,
a
but
piece
man,
of.
Yeah, but you want to like look at him because he's so proud of it, and you just want to say, "It looks really good, man," and like compliment it, you know. So they roll up on this, and they're like, "Oh, there are these cows," and it takes them getting out of their fucking car to realize these motherfuckers are fake.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this on VHS or something on a shitty TV because it's so obvious that they're cardboard cutouts that it couldn't possibly look that obvious on VHS, you know, when the movie was released.
It looks about that obvious on VHS only because I've had to watch this. I only have this on VHS, and it's just about as obvious.
Oh boy.
So, but he did a good job. I mean, he had to have been working on these cows for a little while, anyways, just because, I mean, they look like cows. I mean, if you were to come up on them and you didn't know, I mean, it would strike you. But when you're sitting there at a dead stop with your headlights flashing on them and their eyes are like reflective and they're not going anywhere and they're absolutely not moving, and also they're not 3-dimensional, that would tell me something.
Well, also, the other thing, I watched this a couple times because I couldn't understand what was happening, but why when Debbie, right? She's the one that stays in the car and runs from Vincent.
Yeah.
What causes her to pass out?
Probably like because they clearly have been doing like a rager weekend, so her body is probably fucking done at that point. And plus, some dude with a gas mask just grabbed her best friend. But she's in a big ass Cadillac, so mow it all fucking down and keep going. I don't know.
I don't understand. And then she drove right to the place where apparently he's been killing hundreds of people. And I don't know. This is Kevin's favorite movie ever made.
Great. And this scene is just this scene it needs to happen just to, because at the same time, like, Officer Doofy is trying to get his dick wet. So we're like trying to like kill some time here, you know, during all that. So
I don't know.
So she passes out, loses her fucking car. He pushes that motherfucker into the lake. And then what are we going to come up on? I think that they're going to have some new visitors to the motel.
The cringiest fucking swingers I've ever seen in my life. Guy and Edith.
They sound like they're they look like they're a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
Motherfucker looks like Gallagher.
You're right. He does, really.
And who is Edith? Let's bring Edith forward here.
She's not my problem with it. Oh, well, she is a little bit. And I'll tell you why. And this has nothing to do with the movie. This is another one of my signature way off points. Okay. So the swingers show up. And I was talking to Kevin about this earlier. I lived with a couple of swingers. What would you call them if they weren't quite swingers? They were aspiring swingers, right? And we have a mutual friend when I lived with these quote unquote swingers. He wanted to participate, right?
Right.
And here's the reality of swingers that aren't rich people. If you are a swinger and you are not rich, what happens is the female gets a lot of men. The male cries himself to sleep on his pillow.
Yeah.
because the reality is as if you want to be a swinger, you have to be a rich man. The woman, can get any man she wants if she's attractive.
Right.
So our mutual friend, I won't name, was trying to participate, and it just never came to be because the other party involved couldn't make it happen, if you know what I mean. The girl as the swingers, the only thing that bothers me about her is that she obviously has no clue what she's doing. She's just playing a part. She's got the whip, and I assume she's like imitating Catwoman, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Some kind of
But
fantasy. They both are.
but Kevin and I are about a month apart. We're same age. We're about a month apart. And cuz he just had his birthday and my birthday's next month.
That's right.
So
baby.
yep. So we probably share the same opinion as who my Catwoman is. And the 19 I don't even know what year it was, but Michelle Pfeiffer
She was the best
in
Catwoman, personally.
hands
fucking
fucking
down.
down.
It was made for her.
Well, there is this scene, okay, where look it up on YouTube.
That's the best fucking Batman out of them all,
Yes.
in my opinion.
I encourage everyone to look this up. There is a scene with Michelle Pfeiffer where she actually had to learn to use a whip, right?
And she
this
took
is
down all the
only
mannequin heads.
Yes. The only reason I bring this up is because the scene in Motel Hell with what's her name? Elaine Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing her best, but so the scene with if you look it up on YouTube, the scene with Michelle Pfeiffer, she whips, they've got 4 mannequins lined up. And yes, there's some studio magic, some editing on at least the last one. But she, in one take, she takes the heads off of them.
That's right. That's an
Right?
amazing behind the scenes, too.
The only reason I mention that is because when I saw this scene with Elaine Joyce in this movie, I couldn't help but compare the two.
Yeah.
But Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman beating using the whip
Mm-hmm.
to knock the heads off those mannequins, man. Man, whip me, mommy. Oh my God. I could watch that. Oh my God. Best Catwoman ever.
Oh yeah, no,
Best,
that Batman was the best one ever, in my opinion.
best. Well, it's got Danny in it. It's got Frank in it.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Danny DeVito. And that's the best Catwoman. There's some corny scenes with her. I'm getting way off topic. Anyway,
So we got the
my point-
swingers.
my point was with the swingers, Guy and Edith. Dick Curtis is just going. I brought up Scuzz from Night of the Demons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I brought that up was because of Dick Curtis. Because there's a scene in this where it's funny because they mention bestiality in this scene.
They do, because there was supposed to be bestiality in this film.
I wonder if they're into animals.
I certainly hope so.
$200,000.
Oh.
Yeah, and they talk about, you got any pigs or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, mister, you got any pigs around here?
I don't know how to end this conversation.
We'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and go to the next scene where Terry's like looking through the barn, right? Like she's like kind of like looking around in their butcher shop, right?
Well, first, Terry, for some reason, starts falling for Vincent.
Yeah, she's looking for him
because he proposes to her.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Wait a second. Is that
I don't think he doesn't propose to her yet, because he proposes to her after the tubing incident. Because Ida tries to kill her in the pond. She catches her wandering around to the barn. Ida catches her meandering about through the barn, and then she's like, "Oh, Vincent said that I could be in here, or whatever," because she's looking for him or whatever. And she's like, "Oh, he did," and then you could tell, there's like hands floating in the bucket and all that stuff. And she was like, "It looks like a beautiful day to go tubing," and just to try to take her mind off of what she just may have saw in there. Right. So then we go to the scene where they're hopping out. Ida's dressed as Pugsley Adams, getting ready to jump in this fucking pond. Yeah, Ballbreaker's dressed as fucking Pugsley Adams.
And guess what? Guess what color shirt that Terry is wearing for
It's
this?
one that you will definitely see her nipples in once she gets in the water. Absolutely.
It's the
lightest shade of country you can ever imagine.
Yes, ma'am. Oh man, this whole tubing scene is
they're out there like having a girls day out, and Ida's floating or Pugsley or Ballbreaker, because she looks
Ballbreaker.
Like
man, when she pops
that fucking inner tube.
Pops the fucking inner tube, it sounds like
she fucking.
What's that noise?
Just like when she gets, that's the exact same shit I fucking say.
Oh my God.
She goes, and on top of it, she goes, "Oh."
When she pops the fucking inner tube, it sounds like the loudest fart you've ever heard.
It's almost as good as her fucking burping when she got fucking popped in her stomach.
I was like, that is not the sound that would make, but I approve.
Sound like a whoopee cushion.
It's so fucking funny.
So then
it goes.
Terry,
yeah,
it does. It does too. It absolutely does.
And Terry's like, "What happened?
What happened? I forgot everything about today." So she's like, "I love you," and then she goes to like, save her or whatever, and then Ida's like, "This is what I wanted," so she tries to drown Terry.
Fucking straight up,
really
tries
straight
to kill
up,
her.
Yeah. So then Terry swims out of this fucking pond And then we go to a scene where Terry's sleeping in bed again. So obviously it's Groundhog Day. So she went to sleep. So everything's different now. And she wakes up. Yeah, it's magic.
Because magical farmer Vincent saves her.
Well, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, she swam out of this fucking pond. So she didn't fucking drown. She swam out of this motherfucker.
She's so stupid. I love her.
And then she gets out of this fucking pond, and we go to a scene where, Farmer Vincent's like, hey, you wake up, and Ida's praying to the inner two gods at this point.
Farmer Vincent goes, you remember when Ida tried to kill you?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Farms remembers.
Do you remember?
Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Yeah. Pepperidge Farm remembers. You remember when Ida tried to kill you? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
God. Look, this is 1980, so you have to add a little bit. But But Terry for 1980 is fucking beautiful.
But stupid.
For her to be in love with Vincent is just
her character's fucking stupid.
Even Bo.
She's
got daddy issues for real.
Listen, Alan, she's got brain swelling. I think that's what's happening here.
She's got ICP, intracranial pressures. Stupid bitch.
and her cranial pressures. Oh my god. So she wakes up and she basically throws herself on Farmer Vincent. And
she's like, look at my titties.
Yeah, Vincent. She's like, look, you've been watching them dry. So look. So she pops up, Vincent. And he's like, I can't do nothing until we're married. So gaslighting even further, right?
God damn it.
So then
Vincent, you fucking pussy.
Yeah, I mean he's following the word of God.
No, he's fucking killing and eating people, but he won't fuck Terry.
But listen, he's got his morals. Like everybody that he kills, like I said in the beginning, like they're all game to him, but she wasn't because he saved her. What does he say? Like way earlier in the movie, like he plucked this angel from the hands of the Reaper.
They never make it make sense, though. They never.
She's a dizzy fucking bitch, dude. She's dizzy as fuck. And she's clearly got brain swelling.
Don't you speak ill of Terry. She's a beautiful. I can't even.
She's an angel. She's an angel with brain swelling. Is exactly.
She's
what
a beautiful idiot.
She's an angel with brain swelling. So then he's like, "Let's line this shit up." So who does he fucking meet to make their? What do you call it? Their
nuptials.
Yeah, their nuptials. Who is it?
Wolfman Jack. I'm gonna get you all married up. You know what you gotta do to get married? Give me that porno magazine.
Give me that porno magazine, or get you married.
I need something to.
The love of God will get you married. I'll get you all married.
Yep, typical priest. Let me have that magazine so that I can dispose of it.
Yeah. Typical
Except
priest.
I want to masturbate to it, Don't tell nobody.
He don't tell nobody nothing.
Sheriff, is that a lewd magazine you have in your car there?
Oh, that? I confiscated it from one of the kids.
Sheriff, please give it to me so I can properly destroy it.
He's Wolfman Jack.
I know of Wolfman Jack because I'm an old man.
Yeah.
And Kevin probably knows of Wolfman
Absolutely.
Jack because we're both old men. But I don't know anything about him. I've heard of him. He's when I was younger, I knew who he was, and I knew who he was going into this movie. I knew he was a DJ. That's it. That's all I know about him.
That's pretty much, yeah. But hey,
And he talked kind of like this.
You want to know who he took that porno mag from? You want to tell us?
Doofy?
Fucking Doofy.
He took that porno mag from Doofy.
He did.
And Doofy was looking at it not discreetly. He was holding it right up to his fucking face.
If you're wanting to commit some shit, you got to wait for him to put that mag at his face, and then you're good to go. Because I mean, blonde bombshells.
That. Oh man,
and Wolfman Jack won't have a bit of that.
Let me get that magazine so I can tug on my pecker. Yep. Hey, at least he likes that. You know, he's not diddling the kids. So
yeah, he's not. He's being safe.
Points to Wolfman Jack. Good
safe
on
as
you,
sex
man.
to have. Good man. But
I don't think there's
he's
anything
Wolfman Jack,
wrong
man. He knows what's going on. He's taking it and putting it in professional hands.
Yep.
So we get that, right? He gets that.
Look, you're distracted because you're like, oh my God, is he going to say something else about child molesters? No, fear not. I'm over.
Fear not,
I'm not even gonna say it. Wolfman Jack is not one of those.
So Bruce is like cruising around and he discovers a crashed motorcycle, which is very convenient considering
this dumb motherfucker.
Terry was in a motorcycle accident, right?
This stupid motherfucking. I love the police. They're necessary. Bruce is a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
the whole
absolutely.
fucking movie. Look, how long's he been doing this? There's probably hundreds of cars in this pond. Is this a pond that all these cars are in? This is the same pond that he took Terry on a boat ride to, right?
Yeah.
Is it not? And I'll tell you,
I gotta do a flashback real quick. Guess what fucking magazine? What fucking magazine was it that they were like so hellbent about?
Hustler?
That's right.
Old Alan knows his porno.
So fucking Doofy wasn't looking at some fucking bullshit. Like he was in deep.
Oh, he was in what's that?
Wolfman Jack by him a wild night. That's what I'm about to say, yo.
Old Larry Flint liked to spread them legs.
He sure did. Old Wolfman Jack liked that when that happened, yo.
The Wolfman Jack don't give a fuck about Jesus. He like to spread old legs.
Wolfman Jack. That's right, yo.
Oh man,
holy shit!
You know it's pretty sad how real that is.
I know
because yeah, you know
it's natural.
I don't know. Okay,
so Officer Doofy.
Thank you for calling him Doofy.
He discovers the crashed motorcycle. And obviously, it raises suspicion. So we get that iconic scene of him fucking fishtailing into the motel, and he goes in and he's confronting all of them about it. Right? He's like, "You're sick." You know, he's like, "I don't have a warrant. I don't need a warrant. You know, I'm gonna come in and search your house." Right? So he's like going through every fucking room, and obviously Terry's room's locked, and he's going to be Mr. Man and like bust through it, right?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
In the bathroom, and she's in the fucking bathtub.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about, fucking brain swelling. You know, like he literally like busted down the door to come into her bath time, titties out, right? And he's in there like, you know, oh, what are you gonna do about it? You know, I love Farmer Vincent, you know, and he's just like, oh, You don't have nothing. He's spitting dust. He's shooting dust or whatever.
That's right. Oh, he's not normal at all. And he's dumb. Yeah, and his pecker don't work either.
But this whole time,
Stockholm.
this motherfucker broke into her bath time. He knows where the bathroom's at. He knew that she was in the bathroom, and he broke
Yep.
in on her, and she
I
was
respect it.
yeah. You respect it.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Obviously.
Yeah, that
right?
this whole movie is
100%.
Yeah, it's Stockholm syndrome, 100%.
She can't be that stupid.
It's brain swelling, Alan. It's brain swelling, like all day, because every
It's
day is new to
ICP.
her. Every day is new to her. So this is
Groundhog
the
Day.
she's living. Tomorrow's going to be a new one. That's the only way that I can think that like she is transitioned as quick as she's transitioned.
Well,
So Farmer Vincent walks in carrying a shotgun into the bathroom, obviously because he's trying to court Farmer Vincent's gaslit
get
wife.
out of here!
It's
I'm a big boy.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. And then Officer Doofy's like, you don't want none of that. He's spitting dust, da 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 da, right? And he's fucking fires at him, and he's it's clear that Farmer Vincent wants nothing to do with his brother anymore at that point. And then we get the Dukes of Hazzard scene of him spitting out of the fucking house.
Man, Bruce would fuck him up. That's
He
why I
would've.
said
He would have, but it's his brother. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't gonna go fucking beating the shit out of him right off the bat.
But that's why I said, please, Rob Zombie,
remake this. Yeah, this would be a good one.
This.
Rob Zombie, stick to movies like
absolutely.
this. Give this movie like a new light. Like I think he would do great with this. It's simple enough to make something fucking bang.
It's super derivative intentionally of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I mean, I have to argue that, Alan. I have to argue that because it is and it isn't. It is.
I think they've stated that was the intention of making this movie.
I understand, but they did a very good job of making a whole other movie with the idea that these people create great meat with human parts. I think that's the only derivative from Texas Chainsaw. Everything else, besides the chainsaws in this, I get it. But besides all that, like, I don't think, truthfully, like, the way this movie is, like, once it was all out, is completely, like, opposite. Like, there's no... They're a sophisticated family, and they're just trying to do what they're doing, right?
I agree, except the finale.
Well, I mean, okay. We'll go into this finale when we get...
You're like, whoa.
Yeah, I know. We'll get into that one.
Don't talk about that when we're comparing these.
No, we can't yet, though. We
hit it right on the head.
We can't yet, though. But yes,
that
most
hit
definitely.
That nail.
Most definitely, it is comparative to that in that aspect. Absolutely, I will agree with you 100%. They need to sell it, right? They need to sell it. This movie wouldn't have sold any other way. But if you were to watch this movie, you will see that it is absolutely nothing like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I will make that an arguable point.
Well, okay. However, the influences are obviously apparent through the whole movie.
Absolutely.
Other than, like I said, my memory, I thought there was some kind of
connection,
harvester, some kind of lawnmower type scene on the heads in the garden.
They're just pulling them out, though.
Right. But that scene is so lame. You can set it up because you already mentioned the hypnotizing bullshit, and I have something to say about that, but you go ahead. Because by this point, we're kind of everything's out on the table. You know,
we're completely we're We're in it at this point.
We know what the score is. We know Pepperidge Farms is really a human meat harvesting business.
Yeah, they're a meat harvesting machine, and that's okay. And we got fucking dude, this hypnotizing scene. Clearly they're on a
Is
bunch of drugs.
stupid.
Clearly Cliff is on a bunch of drugs, and this is what ruined his original career as a musician and what made him join the United States Post Office. I mean, his throat got fucking cut out, and he was like, this life isn't for me, but them trippy lights are. So for Ivan and the Terribles, they decide they want to do like a trip out scene, and it does not make the singer's beard look any more real than it is, and they trip him all out, and they fucking noose him, and he drives off in a tractor, and they pull out of their plots, and that's what breaks their neck. That's what kills them, right?
No, they don't pull out yet. They
will.
Ballbreaker is driving the tractor when
Right.
she's
tripping them out though, and then
but for hypnotists, one of the requirements to be hypnotized is to be completely relaxed, clear your mind, right?
Well, these all, as they stated in the van scenes, especially Cliff, because he was like, you could totally tell he's like the one that's like egging everybody on to do drugs. They're clearly at this point being buried in the ground, have been dealing with withdrawals in any way, shape, means possible. So motherfuckers want to put a fucking trippy light in front of me. I'm already withdrawn from a bunch of shit that I've been doing. Clearly, all they've been smoking is weed. So that we can go into that, and that's not going to make this happen. But I think Ivan and the Terribles,
got the short end of the stick.
They did. And Cliff was really trying to do something positive in his life as far as being a drummer. And that got taken away from him.
Hey, man.
And now he's
a postman.
Now he's a postman, and then he turned into an exterminator. He's just trying. The man's trying to make a living. But we saw his origin story, and he loves the trippy shit. Cliff is like all about it. He's just all about it. So yeah, they noose him. They noose all of them, and that's how they pull the bodies out to start rendering them down into the fritters.
That's the fritters.
The fritters.
The fritters are a myth. They never make any fucking fritters.
But that's what gets you there to eat them. So they're fritters.
Yeah. Well, look, when
you're one of the critters.
When Ballbreaker is on the tractor and they've got the nooses around their neck, right?
Right.
She floors that thing to where it pops a wheelie.
Fuck yeah, wouldn't you? I mean, I would fucking blast that shit. Like, she completely fucking took these motherfuckers up.
That's not my point. My point is that when she's apparently, I don't know, she didn't strangle them because the noose. Well, there's a mathematical equation to hanging someone, right?
There is.
You know that.
Yeah.
Because there was a problem early on where if you hung somebody and the weight of the human and the rope weren't the right length, even one of two things would happen.
They would have a slow death, or they would be invalid for the rest of their life.
Well, their body would separate from their head.
Well, there's that too. I mean, that's minimal.
Or they wouldn't die.
Yeah.
So you had the option as family or relatives to hang on the body to help it.
Right.
To add to the weight to strangulate. That's why they started saying things like, we'll hang you until death.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead. Yeah. So there's a mathematical equation to how long the rope has to be depending on how much you weigh.
What do you think
So
Cliff
that
weighed?
I'd say 190,
Yeah.
180, 190.
What do
You
you think the
know,
ratio was?
I don't know. If I were Farmer Vincent, I'd run a lawnmower over his head. I
Well,
wouldn't give a
yeah, but
fuck.
then you're gonna taint the
My
meat.
point with the nooses is if you're she's pulling from the wrong side. If you watch the movie, the noose is never tied around their neck. So it's assumed
It
that
is when
they
she pulls,
die.
though.
So it's assumed that they die from their neck breaking because the noose never tightens around their neck, even when they die. If you watch that scene, they
Well, something bad
they
is gonna happen. I'm sure they got a special mallet that they'll like slap on their
well,
head. You know what I'm
here's
saying? Like,
my point with that is that when she says it's all you, and Farmer Vincent gets in the tractor, right? Okay. Ballbreaker was apparently flooring it because the tractor, like, the front of it popped up, like she was giving
oh,
it all
dude, she
she's
was
got.
yeah. All the torque was gone.
So then they're dead, apparently.
Well, yeah.
And then Farmer Vincent gets in the tractor and like taps on the gas and it pulls their entire bodies out of the ground. That's me nitpicking because I know there's no way to explain that. Kevin, I don't care what. Look,
Here we go.
you people listening.
You people.
I don't care what Kevin says. There's no way to talk himself out of this.
No. Doesn't matter.
Ballbreaker put the pedal to the metal.
She sure
and it
fucking
broke
did.
their necks.
And she pulled those motherfuckers out of that ground.
No, she didn't.
I know. Yes,
Farmer
she did.
Vincent. No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. As soon as them fucking tires went up, I did.
You're gonna have to
I
watch
just watched
the movie
it right
again
now
because Farmer Vincent is the one that pulls them out of the ground, and he does it delicately. He barely pulls, and they just come right out.
But they're dead at that point because they all got hung.
No, they got the back of their necks pulled.
But let's talk about okay, so they got Ivan and the Terribles. Even though they were sitting there marinating for less time than anybody else, they were ready and they took them into the butcher shop, which doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. But guess who is getting free?
Bo.
That motherfucker has
the first one
that has dug himself out of this motherfucker. He can't talk.
That's why,
and he's digging himself out.
That's why I said it's not fair. Ivan and the Terribles get the short end of the stick because the whole movie, everybody they catch is still in the ground, but Ivan and the Terribles are the first ones to be harvested.
Absolutely.
Fuck that.
Absolutely.
I'm an advocate for Ivan and the Terribles.
Yeah, I would be too. So we got Ida cooking everybody. The sheriff's trying to wake up Terry in the process of this, and she's wearing a birthday hat, apparently since she's been proposed to marriage. And of course she's naked in bed, which is exactly what the sheriff's looking for.
Yeah.
So, we got her fucking boyfriend that's escaping. Shit's get really like fucking out of hand at this point.
Yeah, we get a little like Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, it's the whole
kind of.
Yeah, it is.
Because they smoke up the woods a little bit and have the plants, I'll call them. Real life doesn't apply to this. This is a horror movie. A stupid
Do you
one.
think that there's anything like a callback? Do you think that there's like a callback to Farmer Vincent when he starts tearing into the lead singer of Ivan and the Terribles? The fact that his chainsaw is yellow, much like Leatherface.
Yeah, like Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
Is it yellow? I
It
didn't
is,
even
it
notice
is
that.
yellow, yes.
I'm sure it is if it is yellow because I mean the whole movie is kind of derivative of the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre and whatever lore they could gather for Ed Gein, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean I mean they're not shy of admitting it either. I mean, they know that this is
I know, but
Texas
it's
Chainsaw
just
Massacre.
silly, but it's so completely, I don't know. So we got like the sheriff, like he's like confronting Terry and he's like, look, they're doing some fucked up shit. We got Ida, she's eating this fucking chicken wing, fucking ready to fucking start some shit. And she already Ida loves wrestling with, her fucking I don't know,
Ida
her
beats the
brother.
fucking shit out of
Yeah,
Bruce.
always.
What the fuck, man? Look, when Bruce shows up to kind of save Terry because he some reason I I can't make sense of it because earlier in the movie Bruce was trying to rape Terry.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
he got
she still trusts him though.
and he's the protagonist of this movie,
That's absolutely correct.
right? Is that
Supposed to
that's
be.
what I think. I mean, because he's kind of the I mean, they kind of give him a little bit of a hero shot with the Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
you
fucking
know,
stupid.
but But yeah, there's like a little homage to Night of the Living Dead with the what I'll call plants
Yeah,
walking
they're walking
towards
through the woods and
yeah,
they're all
with the
like basically
smoke
zombies.
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Which it's like if you're buried up to your neck in the dirt for days, your muscles are going to be so atrophied
You are not going to want to
that
walk and do anything except go
you're
home
not
and go
going
to
to be
sleep.
able to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The best thing they could have done is find a phone and call the police.
Yep. And that
I
did not
don't
happen.
get right. But I do like when they when Ballbricker confronts them. She's like, "Bring it on,
Yeah.
pussies." I got to respect that. She
And
took
then
them all on. And
fucking
she was winning for a minute.
fucking finally Terry realizes that they're doing some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
After all of
She's like
this.
the whole movie, she finally goes, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, you're kind of fucked up.
She's so stupid.
Then Ida goes out, she's out doing her thing, like bring Bruce in here, she's gonna be looking for him, but we got Night of the Living Dead crawling up the hotel. We got fucking motherfucker in a bra and a skirt as a zombie, the swinger.
Oh god. He still got the tank top on.
Yes, he sure does. Like all that hard
Yeah.
work. And now they're coming down here, like, because she fucks everybody
Oh
up.
man. Oh, she welcomes the challenge.
Yeah, well, she definitely does.
She
Fucks them
gets
all up.
overwhelmed. Well, she gets overwhelmed.
Well, she does, but she went in to
but
go
she
fuck
was
them all
holding her
up.
own for
Yeah.
sure.
She was like, I don't give a fuck about any of you. I don't give a fuck. What are you doing out of the
Yep.
ground? Like, I'm gonna
She's
fuck
like,
all
"Come
you up.
on, bitches. I'll fuck all you up."
And then
Yeah,
Farmer
she
Vincent's trying to prove Terry that it don't fucking matter. You're marrying into this at this point. You agreed. We have an agreement. You're gonna
all I
fucking do this
heard
shit.
See, that's what you heard. What I heard, member berries.
Mhm.
Fucking, he's like, back when Pepperidge Farms was the first
It was really
established.
rough trying to really make a means for a person. Oh my god.
Oh man, it's like Don't cast a cowboy in my horror movie.
Well, I don't
get
care.
it.
I'm gonna argue it, man. Like, I think he did great as Farmer Vincent. I'm laying that shit down. Like,
I
I don't even give a
disagree.
fuck, dude. Like, I think he did.
Suck a dick.
I'll suck 3 of them. He did great as this role. I will get bricked in the face by all 3 of them because he played this fucking role very well. I don't even give a fuck.
Nope. Look, whoever you agree with, email
Everybody
Dead
that was
Notes
meant to be in this
Podcast.
movie is in this.
Anybody that agrees with Alan on the recasting of Farmer Vincent, email us at deadnotes@gmail.com, deadnotespodcast@gmail.com. Anyone that agrees with Kevin on keeping Farmer Vincent,
Email the
as he
same
is,
email address because this is fucking.
Listen, you didn't let me finish. I said anyone that agrees with Kevin about keeping the casting as Rory Calhoun, go fuck yourselves. Don't email anyone because we don't care.
I think
Kevin cares, but I don't.
think he played this role very well for the end of his career.
Yeah, if he's doing a fucking Jack Links commercial,
which sells his role as Farmer Vincent.
Well,
it all comes
the best
back around.
I have no clue how this was shot, but the final scene, the chainsaw battle. I assume, I didn't look into this, so I don't know. But I assume that is not him during this entire scene.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
That's why they put the pig head on.
He was in a movie called Flight to Holocaust.
He could be in a fucking movie called Naked 30-year-old Women with Giant Boobies, and I wouldn't watch it. Yeah, I would. I'm just kidding. That sounds like a great movie.
A lot of shit. He's been a very busy man. Okay, so
at this point in the fucking movie, Doofy, this stupid redheaded bastard, tries to save Terry. I'm mad for reasons that I won't disclose, but Doofy is trying to save Terry, and so our protagonist is the potential rapist from earlier in the movie.
Right.
But we won't question that. We'll just ignore that.
Well, clearly she wanted it, right?
Oh my God. I didn't say that. If you want to complain about that, email deadnotespodcast@gmail.com.
If you feel like she didn't want it, please email.
Yeah, to Kevin, not Alan. Alan,
direct it to me.
Don't implicate me in this. Okay. But did we talk about Ballbricker and her confrontation with the plants?
I don't think we really went into depth about it, but basically, yeah, like she comes out and she starts fucking wailing on these motherfuckers. She didn't even give a fuck, dude. She's grabbing dicks all the way around.
She was fucking them up. If they wasn't cheating, if they was playing.
And then they overwhelmed her and knocked her out.
If it was 1v1, Ballbricker all day.
Oh, yeah. But there was like 8 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And
then we get the final showdown begins.
Oh, you know what? I'm playing dramatic piano music right now.
Holy shit. Yeah, you gotta turn that shit off. Let's start this over.
What the fuck am I doing? No, we're not starting this over. Look. I fucked up.
Where did this come from?
I don't know what. We're in an elevator.
Yeah. And talking
What
about Motel Hell in the
what
elevator.
Kevin, what floor do you want me to stop at?
I'm gonna say
The basement? That's where we're
no,
going.
7.
Oh, 7?
Yeah, that's where I
7.
heard. Hey, that's where I heard the parties are going on after this convention. So let's go to floor 7.
Okay.
Yeah. We got to.
Ding.
All right, now
Oh.
we leave. Now we're leaving the elevator and we're walking down the hallway because we're trying to find this mystery party.
We're on floor 7 now.
Yeah, and we're trying to find
And
this mystery party that everybody told us about. It's room 407.
it's a swinger party. You know
I
what
hope
the
not, because I'm just trying to I don't want to get into more stories about Wasteland, but
Hey, man.
I'm just trying to find where this party is.
You take your ass home. Alan's here to party.
That's right. I'm gonna go back and go to sleep.
Hey, me too, but you know.
But all right.
As Frank would say, the password to get into the orgy is orgy.
Stupid. That's so fucking stupid.
Oh my fucking God. So finally, after almost an hour and 10 minutes, we get to what I consider the good part of the movie.
What, the fucking chainsaw scene?
Yes, the fucking chainsaw battle with the Spirit of Halloween costume and obvious stunt
Dude,
double.
you can't tell me that it isn't fucking great.
It is,
He's
but
fucking wearing a goddamn pig head on his
with
head during a
a
chainsaw
mohawk.
battle. That's like
With
the best shit ever.
It is, but the only reason he's wearing that is because they got a stunt double to do the
Well,
fight
yeah,
for him.
clearly, but how cool is it?
You know
Motherfucker's
what?
wearing a pig head.
Well, remember what I said during Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 with the whole it was Children of the Night with the whole I'm going to be standing here holding this steak.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing because our hero, quote unquote hero, Doofy, he's such a fuck up that he gets his chainsaw stuck in the support beam for the building.
Yes, absolutely.
And the thing that kills Vincent is that he stumbles into it, I guess.
He
fucking
does.
He basically kills himself.
He does. Yeah, he walks right into his own bullshit.
And
But
Doofy,
you know what? You know what would have stopped all of that?
What?
Not wearing a fucking pig head.
Right.
If he would have went in, if he would have went in purely as Farmer Vincent and not Pighead Farmer Vincent, it'd be a lot different.
His peripheral was compromised.
Yeah.
I hear you.
It's bad.
You know, the funny thing too is they put he put Terry in the
meat slicer.
Well, it's like the 007 thing, you know, the James Bond. Except
you gotta set the clock.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it's obvious that it's not a motorized contraption. It's like it's a skate conveyor, you know, the little wheels.
Yep.
And it's being pulled along and she's laying on this sheet of metal that's folded at the edges. So once she got up to the point where that mechanism is going back and forth, it wouldn't be able to pass that. So if you have a brain in your head and you watch
take out the sensor.
Well, if you have a brain in your head and you're watching this scene, you would be able to see that there at no point is she ever going to even reach the saw.
Yeah.
There's like a little string pulling her because it's not a motorized conveyor.
But she's about to get chopped up.
No,
slowly.
she's not. my head hurts at how stupid that contraption.
You know, like
The-
motherfuckers.
But the whole scene, the whole chainsaw fight scene, I suppose you can call it. It is what I think the best part of the movie. So
I disagree, but yeah, I mean,
I,
it needed to happen, and the fact that he's like laughing the entire time, he's just like ah ha 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 ha, like the whole time. And what about Terry sliding down the rail to save Terry?
well, he swings out like
Or
Indiana
fucking
Jones.
Bruce fucking slides down here like Indiana
Yeah,
Jones
Bruce.
to save her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking said Terry's comes down to save Terry because I'm fucking stupid. But
Our hero.
and now he
We
gets
got-
to kiss her.
Man. Oh, Terry's so stupid it hurts.
And Vincent's got a fucking chainsaw stuck in his side.
Yeah,
Like,
and
like clearly because of his own fucking bullshit. And let's finally take this fucking dead pig head off of him because that's normal.
he says, what's he say about the preservatives? He says,
Holy shit. Okay, yeah, this was the big secret. Dude,
Yeah.
fucking spoiler alert. Let's get into this. He gives his brother Bruce
he
everything.
says his
everything.
life was a lie.
Yeah, but he's giving Bruce the hotel. He's
Oh yeah.
giving him like the special garden and all of his animals and the whole dirt road. But he's making sure that Bruce takes care of his animals. And Bruce is like all about it. He's like, you got a chainsaw stuck in your side, man. I helped you put it there because you're a clumsy piece of shit. But I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna accept everything you're saying. And Farmer Vincent's like, my whole life has been a lie. He's the biggest hypocrite of them all.
Yep.
And do you want to know why? Because he used preservatives.
My meats. I used preservatives.
Oh my god.
What a fucking asshole. So I spent $2.35 on this sampler pack that equals to $60 in our money now. But they buried, going back to that. So Farmer Vince is dead. He passed on the family secret, gave him everything, right? They go back to the secret garden, this like so secret of a garden, and they left up a bag, and it's fucking Ida's feet. They buried her face down. No one's gonna want to eat those motherfucking feet. You know how nasty them fucking feet are?
Well, they're pretty dainty. They're little tiny feet.
Dude, they're fucking nasty. I promise you.
If I was gonna eat any part of Ida, it might be her feet.
You know what's cool is through this entire movie, the motel sign that they have, this is Motel Hello, the fucking
Oh yeah, the
goddamn sign, the hello is constantly short circuiting through the whole film to where the O does not like show up. But at the end, at that end part, it shows motel and the O just fucking explodes. I think that's great. They carried that through the entire movie.
The sign that says Motel Hello is parallel to the road.
Right.
Now, that is fucking stupid. because unless you are in the parking lot of the
you're
motel,
not gonna see you're not gonna see
you
it.
can't see what it says because it's not turned facing you, right?
But that's the allure.
You see a neon light like you're a moth. You're drawn to this light.
We get drawn to that light.
I'm
dude.
gonna go see what that is.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been mine and Kevin's argument about
This has been our attempt with Motel Hell.
Motel Hello. I would say that watch it. Make
Always
up your
watch
own
it
mind.
at least one time. You gotta at least watch it one time, and we're gonna say that a lot through a lot of the movies that we cover. Like, definitely, you gotta at least give it a try, and you might dig it. You might be like me and be like, "I really like this movie. I really like the atmosphere," you know. But you might not, and you'll be able to like make fun of it, just like I do, and I love it. So whatever.
Well, I don't think you're wrong for loving it because I had fond memories of it. It's just something changed at some point along the way to where if I saw this movie today, I would not recommend it. But
half the movies that we watch, if they're to be watched today, no one would recommend them.
Maybe, I don't know. I would just say make up your own mind because
it's fun. I don't give a fuck.
I don't recommend it, but I also, before we did this, would have recommended it. So watch it and make up your own mind.
Goddamn right.
Anyway, if you have suggestions for us for something else you want us to stumble our way through whilst being alcoholically impaired.
These are our free nights. So when we're able to do this, so if you want to listen to us like try to make it through a movie, please recommend Death Notes or Dead Notes. Don't listen to me.
Kevin's
Dead Notes
drunk.
at gmail.com. Yeah, I'm
Dead
I'm
Notes
getting sloshy.
Podcast. Dead Notes Podcast at gmail.com.
Disregard anything I just said and just listen to Alan.
Yeah,
Dead
Kevin's
Notes Podcast
drunk.
at gmail.com.
So is Alan.
But his head's more than his shoulders.
We're both drunk.
Mine's just a hat rack at this point.
Email us. You know what? If you wanna comment on how much of an alcoholic Kevin is, although if you wanna talk about how much of an alcoholic Alan is, email us at deadnotespodcast@gmail.com. And while you're at it, tell us what other bullshit movies you want to force me to watch, because if it's like Motel Hell, no,
torture us, please.
You know what is coming soon? Spoiler, and Kevin doesn't even know this. I'm gonna make him watch one of my favorite movies of all time. No, I probably not. I don't know. Humanoids from the Deep.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's a surprise to me.
That's gonna come very soon because I fucking love that movie, and I'll tell you why when it comes up. It's not next,
but
it may not even be soon, but it's coming.
It's coming.
Oh baby. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. deadnotespodcast@gmail.com. I'm Alan, and with me, as always, is...
I'm Kevin!
We'll see you guys next time.
Fuck yeah. Later, guys.